Well, good afternoon. This is Kent Blaylock with SDG Replays. And here we are again playing some PC baseball. But this time, as I'm continuing this project, I've already played two games with the New York Yankees from 1956 playing the Washington Senators of that season. Replaying the entire season, and I'm going to be using 3 different PC game engines to play the season, and we're going to weigh the stats and everything as we go along periodically and play the season and see how everything unfolds. I've already played 2 games, one with Action PC and the other with PC Replay, with the Senators winning both those games. 9-7 the first game and 6-5 the second. Both of them are close games, and probably my poor managing of the Yankees. The first 2 games I managed the Yankees. I'm almost tempted to manage the Senators in this one, but I want to keep consistent and manage the same team throughout. And I'm just going to be picking at random whoever I want to play. We are going to auto play the other games for that day and just play it that way and see which game system gets the closest and how much my managing can mess up those stats as well. But we're going to continue. This time we're going to be playing with Digital Diamond Baseball version 10, and it'll be the same games, same lineups, same pitchers, and let's see how it unfolds as we go to Griffith Field in Washington and get this game started. Starting lineup for the Yankees will be Hank Bauer leading off, playing right field. Jerry Lump, or Lumpy, still don't know which is the correct pronunciation. Maybe someone will let me know eventually. He'll be batting in the second spot at short. Mickey Mantle batting in the third spot in center field. Yogi Berra batting fifth, catching. Bill Skowron, Moose, batting in the sixth spot at first base. Billy Martin playing second base and batting seventh. Batting sixth, Skowron batting fifth. And Elston Howard batting in the 7th spot in left field. Andy Carey at third base in the 8th spot. And your pitcher, Mickey McDermott, in the 9th spot. Pitching for the Senators will be Staubs. And that is our lineup. Staubs versus McDermott. Top of the first. Bauer will be our first batter. And away we go. And here's the roll for the swing. And it will be an out as he grounds a hard ball to second. Up with it is Lump over to first. And he gets... I gotta make an adjustment here. Hold on, I've got my batters floating in the air. My fielders floating in the air. Let me change that real quick. I apologize. There we go. Things were looking a little odd there. Now we got the players not floating in air. So Lump up to bat as it was hit hard to Runnels, who flipped over to Severs to retire Bauer. Lump down to the bat, and he's a lefty. Here will be the pitch from Staubs, and Staubs shakes off a few signs. It's swung on, and it's hit into left field. Line drive single by Lump, and we have a base runner on first. And Mickey Mantle to the plate. We will not be trying to steal with Mantle up. Here is the pitch to Mantle. And Mick gets one to hit. As Stobbs cranks and fires, it's hit hard to left field. Tettelbach coming over, but he can't get there, and it short hops the wall. And Mantle is headed towards second for a double. And there are only a 10% chance for an extra base. We will not do that. So Mantle doubles, sending Lump all the way over to third. So with one out, we have runners on second and third, and Yogi Berra coming to the plate. Lump on third, Mantle on second, and Stobbs in a jam here with only one out. And here's the pitch to Berra. And he strikes him out. Swing and a miss. Down goes Berra. And that'll bring up Bill Moose Skowron. Skowron batting .308. In real life, he batted .308 with 23 home runs. And here's the pitch to Skowron. Goes into the windup. And he will walk him as ball four walks him, and Fitzgerald goes out to the mound to settle Stobbs down. And that'll bring up Billy Martin with the bases juiced. And Martin averaged .264 and 56, but during this replay, he's batting .500 with a home run. Here is the pitch to Martin. And he swings away. Hard line drive to center field, but Olson doesn't cover much ground out there, and he allows it to drop in for a base hit. And that will score Lump from third and Mantle from second. So that's a two-run single by Billy Martin, RBI single. Two-run scoring by Martin. And Skowron moves over to second. And up comes Elston Howard, batting .262. Here's a pitch to Howard. Swung, hits a hard ground ball up the middle. Nice stop by Stobbs, and he fires to Severs to get him. So 2 runs, 3 hits, and 2 runners left on base for New York, and we go to the bottom of the first with the Yankees up 2-0 over the Senators. And lineup for the Washington Senators, leading off, Ed Yost playing third base, Dick Tettelbach playing left field, batting second, Carl Olson in center field. I believe it's Roy Severs batting in the 4th spot at first base. In the 5th spot, Jim Lemon in right field. Snyder, I think it's Joe Snyder at short, batting in the 6th spot. Pete Runnels batting in the 7th spot at second base. Ed Fitzgerald batting in the 8th spot catching, and then your pitcher, Stobbs, batting in the 9th spot. And pitching for the Yankees, Mickey McDermott. McDermott with a 4.24 ERA in 56. As up to the plate comes Ed Yost. He enters the game batting .125 in this replay. He batted .231 in the season. Here is the pitch. And McDermott sets, fires, and strike 3. Good pitch by McDermott to start this game off as he strikes out Yost, and that'll bring up Tettelbach, who batted .156. And Tettelbach sets in. Here's rolling for the swing. And hard line drive to left, snared by Howard, and Tettelbach kicks the dirt in frustration. Hit it on the screws, but it came up empty. And that'll bring up Carl Olson to the plate, batting .246. Olson at the plate. And here is the delivery. Pitch from McDermott. Hit on the ground to the left side. Carey snares it and sends it to first for the out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on as we go to the top of the second. Yankees 2, Senators nothing. And Andy Carey stepping to the plate. Batted .237 in 1956. Carey toes the, well, I would say Staubs toes the rubber. Carey kicks the dirt, digs in, and here is the pitch. Staubs fires and deals. Hits a hard one on the ground. It's fielded by Snyder at short. Fires it over to Severs in the dirt, but Severs digs it out nicely, and he gets him for out number 1. That brings up the pitcher McDermott to the plate. And rolling for the swing, and Staub strikes him out. He whiffs on that one. Swing and a miss for out number 2. And that'll bring back to the plate Hank Bauer. Bauer steps in. Staub's having a much better inning so far this inning. He's set down the first 2 hitters, but here comes the top of the lineup. Bauer steps in, and here's the roll for the swing. Staub's looking in. Now the pitch. High hopper deep behind the bag at first. Severs grabs it and throws it to Bauer, to erase Bauer as he tosses it to Staubs for the out. So we go to the bottom of this second with New York up 2-0 on the Senators. Due up for the Senators, Severs, Lemon, and Snyder. Here comes the delivery from McDermott as Severs strides to the plate. Nobody out. Bottom of the second. Here is the pitch. And McDermott delivers ball 4. He gives him the free pass. He walks Severs, so Severs trots down to first. As now Jim Lemon steps to the plate. Severs stretches his lead at first. Here is the pitch from McDermott. A long look at Severs. Fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He's set down on strikes as he got the curveball by him. The bender sat him down. And 1 down. Runner on first. And Jim Snyder stepping to the plate. Or is it Joe? Severs parked on first. Here is the pitch. It's a hard one on the ground, taken by Carey at third. He goes to Martin for the force and down to first. In time, double play for the Yankees. The 5-4-3 double play. And we go to the third with the Yankees up 2-0. And coming to the plate, Jim Lump, then Mantle, and then Berra. Rolling for the swing, and this one is hit hard. It is hit deep. He crushed it to right field. Lemon turns and watches. Towering home run from Lump. So it's now 3-0 as Lump took that one deep and long, and Staubs could just hang his head. He wasn't prepared for Lump. He was expecting that from Mantle, but the hitter got one before him. As now it's 3-0 Yankees as Mickey Mantle steps up. Staubs shaking his head, Mantle digging in. Here is the pitch. And he's a little shook up. He walks Mantle outside, ball 4. And Mantle trots down to first. And Mantle is looking to steal. He does not get the lead, so he will not be stealing. Yogi Berra looking to swing away. Rolls, and Berra swings, hits it into left field. Hit it on the ground, through the infield into left field. Tettelbach cuts it off in a hurry, and that's going to be a single for Berra. And being hit into left field, Mantle will not try third. He only had a 10% chance to make it to third, so we're going to hold there. So no outs, runners on first and second, and Bill Skowron, Moose coming to the plate. And here's the pitch to Skowron. And he hits it on the screws, hammered to center field, no chance for Olson. He has to play it off the wall. It caroms past him, and Skowron heads to third for a triple. Scoring from second is Mantle, and scoring from first is Berra. And this game is now 5-0 Yankees, as this game is getting away from the Senators as Billy Martin strides to the plate. Martin on the day is 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Skowron on third. Liner to left, but right at Tettelbach for the out. But tagging up will be Skowron. 95% chance that he's going to make it. And he scores easily. 6-0 Yankees. With a sacrifice fly from Billy Martin. So we have a new pitcher, Brodowiski. Yeah, I'm not sure. Brodowiski. In real life, he had a 9.17 ERA, 0 wins, 3 losses, on 17 2/3 inning pitch, 2.43 whip, which is not good. So things get ugly real quick here as Brodowiski comes into pitch. Elston Howard at the plate, 1 out. Here's the pitch. 1 down. It's hitting the air to shallow right field. Lemon starts back, but now it's coming in and makes the catch for the easy out, for out number 2. And Andy Carey steps to the plate. Here's the pitch to Carey. Brodowski hits it to Yost. Yost makes the play for out number 3, but not after 4 runs on 3 hits and nobody left on base for New York. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Yankees 6, Washington 0. Up for the Senators, Runnels, Fitzgerald, and Brodowski. Runnels stepping to the plate. McDermott pitching well. Here's the roll for the swing. Runnels gets the offering from McDermott. Ground ball to first. Carey ranges to his right and gets it. But it goes off his glove, and they'll rule that an error as Runnels is safe at first. So an error on Skowron, on Carey, was hit to third. And so that's going to be at E5 and a runner on. That's going to bring up Fitzgerald. Nobody down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Runnels parked on first. Here's the pitch. And Fitzgerald the ball gets by Berra as he allows it to squirt past him. He hustles after a bit. Runnels will take second on that pass ball. So here's the pitch again to Fitzgerald. Nobody out. Runner on second and Runnels. And here is the pitch. And he will walk Fitzgerald. Ball 4 inside. Fitzgerald down to first. Runnels on second. And the pitcher coming to the plate. We'll bring the corners in. Expecting the bunt from the pitcher, Brodowski. Here is the pitch. Corners in. Oh, they're going to the bench. Berberet is going to pitch hit. So we've seen all of, couldn't even pronounce his name anyhow. So we've got a pinch hitter now. We will go back to a normal infield. And here comes the pitch from McDermott. 2 on, no outs. Here's the roll. And he walks another. McDermott is having his issues here in the bottom of the third. Ball 4 inside. And the bases are dripping with Senators. That's going to bring up Yost back to the plate. Here's the pitch to Yost. He's 0 for 1 on the day. McDermott on the ropes here. And that's not a roll. You don't want high rolls. Swung on and line drive to the left side just over the infield for a base hit. Cut off by Howard. Single for Yost. And with a hard throw back to the infield, Howard stops the runners in their tracks. Here comes Runnels. On to third goes Fitzgerald. And Berberet takes second. So that'll score a run. It's now 6-1 Yankees. And Tettelbach at the plate, 0 for 1 on the day. No outs. Bases loaded. Runs already come across. And here's the pitch. This time he will get the ball hit. So the roller to shortstop. He throws to Scowen to get him. Scoring from third is Fitzgerald. And Barrett moves to third. Taking second is Yost. So another run comes across, but we do get our first out, but we still have runners on second and third. As Carl Olson comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the day. And here is the roll. McDermott looking in. Now the pitch. Uh-oh, wild pitch. McDermott tried to get a little something extra on the one, missed badly. And here comes Berberet. And Yost stops at third, so another run comes across. Third run of the inning on the wild pitch by McDermott, who has had control issues here in the bottom of the third. It's now 6-3 as Olson still at the plate. Tight situation for McDermott. Rolling for the swing. 481. Swatted toward right, and that one will hang in there long enough for Bauer, who settles under it and puts it away. Rolling for the tag attempt. He's out at the plate on a close play. Great throw, and they gunned him down at home to end the inning and get out of that with no more damage done. It's now a 6-3 game. We go to the top of the fourth and due up for the Yankees is McDermott, Bauer, and Lump. McDermott at the plate. Here's the pitch from Chakalis. And he walks him. New pitcher in for the Senators. I missed that. Chakalis. But he promptly walks his counterpart. That brings up Bauer, Hank Bauer. There's the game batting .444. McDermott takes his lead from first. Here's the pitch to Bauer. And he walks Bauer. So we get a new pitcher, and he promptly walks the first two batters, and that brings up Lump, who crushed one the last time he was up. He's 2 for 2 with a home run and 1 RBI. So nobody out, runners on first and second, and here is the pitch. Cranks, fires. It's off speed. It's lined hard back to the mound, but right at the glove of Chikalis, and he makes a catch for the out. So the L1 put out. He could not get anybody hedging on first or second. So with 1 out, Mickey Mantle comes up with runners on first and second. Here's the pitch to Mantle. And he walks Mantle. He's walked 3 out of his first 4 batters, as control issues are a problem for Chikalis. Bases loaded for Yogi Berra. Here's the pitch to Berra. And it is another walk. And he walks in a run. Now 7-3, the Yankees. And Tex Clevenger is now coming in because Chikalis threw up all over himself. Clevenger making his way from the bullpen. Skowron adjusting his gloves for a moment. Skowron got some pop to his bat, so Clevenger will have to be careful. Here's the pitch. And it is another walk. The Senators pitchers cannot get the ball over the plate. So another run comes across, and that brings up Billy Martin. He's 1 for 1 with 3 RBIs, 1 down. Bases are loaded. Here is the pitch. And Martin is having himself a day as he swings, drilled it into left center gap. Olsen coming over, but he won't have a play. It gets to the wall. And Karaman bounces over his head, and Martin is toward third for a bases clearing triple. And it is now 11-3 Yankees in this game. Getting out of hand quickly. I thought the Senators were going to get back into this game, but I guess not. This one is getting ugly quickly, but it is what it is. 11-3 is 5 runs now coming across here in the 4th, and Elston Howard coming to the plate with Billy Martin perched on third. Here is the pitch. Clevenger comes, sets, fires, banged in the air to center field, waving his arms as Olsen, and he makes the catch for the out. And tagging from third will be Martin. 75% chance to be safe. And he will be, as he makes it in easily to make it 12-3 Yankees. No one on for Carey as Andy Carey comes to the plate. 2 outs. Top of the 4th. Here's the pitch to Carey. As Clevenger turns, sets, delivered, swung on, hit on the buttons toward left field, but right at Tettelbach, who stays with it to retire Carey. But here in the 4th, 6 runs on 1 hit, and nobody left on base for the Yankees. After 3.5, we go to the bottom of the 4th. Yankees 12, Washington 3. Too many free passes and base-owned balls being given up by the Senators as Mickey McDermott steps up to the mound, toes the rubber as Roy Sievers steps in. Here is the pitch. Winds, fires. It's off the end of the bat to short. Lots of English on it, but Lump makes the play. No, he does not. He boots it, and it's an error. E6. That's the second error by the Yankees. And Seaver's safely on first. So the bottom of the fourth, Yankees 12, Senators 3. Runner on first and Seavers after the error by Lump. And that brings up Jim Lemon. And here is the pitch. Seavers takes his lead off first. And he will walk. And McDermott now has runners on first and second again with no outs. Lemon takes that one downstairs, ball 4. And that'll bring up Snyder with runners on first and second. Snyder on the day, 0 for 1. McDermott toes the rubber, brings the pitch. Here's the roll for the swing. And McDermott cranks, deals. It's a hard hit right back to the box, and it's going to get past Martin and into center field. Snyder's going to have himself a single. Not enough speed on the bases for anybody to take a chance, so the runners will not try for any extra bases, but the bases are juiced for Pete Runnels. Bring the infield in. Try to get anything. Try to get 2 home with anything hit in the infield. Runnels will be the hitter. Here's the pitch from McDermott. And he walks him. Man, I've got pitchers that can't get the ball over the plate, so he'll walk in a run. So it's now 12 to 4. Base is still loaded for Ed Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald steps in. Base is juiced. Here is the pitch. And Fitzgerald takes that offering and drives a single into right field. They're unwilling to gamble, and the runners throw on the brakes. So one will come across. Snyder moves to third and Runnels to second. Lemon will score. Base is still loaded as it's now 12 to 5. And the pitcher Clevenger at the plate. Will they let him hit, or are they going to sub in somebody? Nope, they bring in Courtney. He's going to pinch hit, excuse me. The lefty Courtney batted .300. So here's the pitch to Courtney with the bases juicing. Bases loaded, dripping. And this time it will be an out. Hit on the buttons towards center field, but right at Mantle, who stays with it to retire Courtney. Rolling for the tag-up attempt. And he's gunned down. Mantle guns him down. Perfect throw at the plate. And what a play by Mantle in center field. And that'll bring up Yost as he prevented that run from scoring. So 2 outs now as Mantle's great arm helped him out in that one. As Ed Yost steps up with runners on first and second. 1 for 2 today with the RBI. 2 outs. Runnels takes his lead from second. Fitzgerald edging off the bag at first. Here is the pitch, and it is another walk issued by Mickey McDermott. And the bases again are loaded for Dick Tettelbach. And I probably should pull McDermott, but I'm going to stick with him, see if he can get this last out. Tettelbach digs in. Bases loaded. Here is the pitch. And he walks him again, and that's going to be it for me. I can't keep McDermott in any longer. It is killing me. All right, who do I bring in? It'll be Grimm. So this has been pretty consistent. Grimm has been the one to come in this spot a little earlier in this game because of the lack of control from McDermott. But Grimm to face Olson. It's a 71.7% chance for an out. So advantage to the pitcher, but that's not always how it rolls. Here comes the pitch. Here's the roll. 244. That will get the out. And I did not see what that was because I was busy taking a drink. Let's see. Routine roller hit to Martin. He fields it smoothly over to first for the 4-3 putout to end the inning. And we go to the top of the fifth with the Yankees up 12-6. And on the mound is Connie Grobe with a 7.83 ERA with 4 wins and 5 losses, 37 games, with a 1.85 whip. And we'll face the pitcher Graham. We're going to keep him in there. That's why I wanted to try to get McDermott out of the inning, but couldn't do it. Here's the roll. And Graham comes in and promptly hits it in the air to center field. Olson starts back, but now he's coming in, and he's going to let it drop in front of him for a single. Olson did not play that well, and Graham is safely on first for a leadoff single from the pitcher, and that's going to bring up Hank Bauer to the plate. And here is the pitch, and it's a meatball offered to Bauer. He swings, strikes it well, boom, gone. Home run for Bauer. 2-run shot by Bauer, and it's now 14-6 Yankees. And Lump is coming up next, 2 for 3 today with a home run and an RBI. And Connie Grobe's just shaking his head as what have I got myself into? Here's the pitch. Roll of 330. Hard line drive snared by Runnels, and Lump kicks the dirt in frustration. Hit it right on the screws, but comes up empty. And that'll bring up Mickey Mantle, 1 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch to Mantle. Shoot, that jump down there to the bottom, but back up to the top. As Mantle, liner to left, right at Tettleback for the out. That'll bring up Yogi Berra. I've got it on a 3-click roll, so there's going to be 3 numbers come up. The third number will be the number. You can do it for as many as you want for the randomness, but I find 3's the quickest to play the game and still have some random. They have it set at default at 5, but for me that just seemed too long. So Yogi Berra steps up with 1 out, nobody on, here in the top of the 5th. The top of the 6th, excuse me. And Berra gets the offering from Grobe, swung on, hard on the ground, into center field for a base hit. Up to get it is Olson, single for Yogi. That bring up Moose Skowron, who has 3 RBIs on the day, 2 gone. Here's the pitch to Skowron, and it is a 5-19. Grobe checks Berra to keep him on. comebacker, and Grove throws to Seaver to retire Skowron. So 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 man left on base for the Yankees. We played here to the bottom of the 5th. New York 14, Washington 6. And Graham still on the mound for the Yankees as Roy Seaver steps to the plate. Graham toes the rubber, goes into his windup. Seaver's 0 for 1 on the day. Here is the delivery from Graham. Swung on and missed, and Seavers is sent packing as he swung on the high heat from Bob Graham and sat him down. And that'll bring up Jim Lemon, the right fielder. Lemon stands in. He's 0 for 1 on the day. 1 down, bottom of the 5th. Here is the pitch from Graham. Cranks, fires. It's a fastball, soft line drive up the middle, just over the infield, and the center fielder Mantle cannot get to it, and that's a single for Lemon as Snyder comes to the plate. Lemon takes a slight lead off of first, and here's the roll for the swing. 2-2-4. It's off speed. It's a bullet hit towards right field, but Bauer is right there to take care of it, and Snyder is out. So with 2 outs, runner on first, and Lemon, Pete Runnels comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the day with an RBI. Lemon takes his lead off first. Rolling for the swing. Here's the pitch from Graham. Runnels hits a hard ground ball up the middle, but a nice stop by Martin, who cuts it off, throws to Skowron to get him on the 4-3 putout. So there's no runs on 1 hit and a man left on, and we go to the 6th. New York 14, Washington 6, and due up for the Yankees, Martin, Howard, and Carey. And Martin is 2 for 2 on the day with 6 RBIs. Great day for Billy Martin as Connie Grove toes the rubber, gets set to deliver, and rolling for the swing. Oh, I better hit the button. There we go. And Connie Grove reaches back, delivers, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Grove blows it by him with the fastball. And that brings up the righty Howard. He's 0 for 2 on the day with an RBI. As Grove toes the rubber, goes into his windup, and ball 4. Steps off the mound for a moment. He's ready to pitch and takes it outside. Ball 4. That brings up Andy Carey with a runner on. Howard takes his lead off first, and here's the pitch from Grove. 5-9-8. It's outside and gets away from it. Fitzgerald, wild pitch. Howard stops at second, so a wild pitch by Connie Grove moves Howard over to second. And Carey at the plate, 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch to Carey. Looks like he's going to be 0 for 4 with that 335 roll. It's hit towards short. Snyder reels it in, sets, and fires to first for the out. Graham steps up. The pitcher who was 1 for 1 today, he singled his first time up. See if he can do that again. As he steps in, Grove goes into his windup. The roll of 5-9-4. Does not look up. Little roller behind the mound. Snyder will make the play, and he tosses it to Seavers for the out. No runs, no hits, and a man left on. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Yankees 14, Senators 6. Due up for the Senators, Fitzgerald, Grove, and Yost. Still on the mound for the Yankees is Bob Graham. Here's the pitch from Graham to Fitzgerald. He's 1 for 1 today with an RBI. Here's the roll. Full to swing. Pitch is on its way. It's just spinning around in the front of the plate. Berry takes it, picks it up, but he can't get a grip and charged the error to Yogi Berra. It's the third error on the Yankees today as Fitzgerald gets on the E2. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Connie Grove. They're going to pull Grove and bring in Orbitz to pinch hit. Ernie Orbitz, switch hitter with a .248 average with no home run capability. So here comes the pitch from Graham with a runner on first and Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald edging off of first. And here is the pitch to Orbitz. Swung on, line shot over the infield into center field for a base hit. It's a blistering single by Orbitz. Mantle comes up, ready to throw. And that'll be enough. Nobody's going to challenge Mantle's arm. As no outs, runners on first and second. As Yost steps to the plate. Grimm looking to bear down on Yost. Fitzgerald hanging out at second. Orbitz takes his lead from first, and here is the pitch. And Bob Grimm will walk him. Man, there has been a ton of walks in this game on both sides. So bases juiced again with no outs. This has been a familiar position for the Yankees as Tettelbach comes to the plate. Here is a pitch from Grimm. Bases dripping. And it'll be another walk. Oh, this has been excessive. And that's going to be it for Grimm. Bring another righty in to try to stop this bleeding. Wrong button. Well, let's bring Tom Morgan in. He didn't do too well in one of my other games, but he is, I think, my best option here. Here we go. Bases loaded, no outs. Morgan comes into a difficult spot. It's Carl Olson at the plate. Here is the pitch. Olson 0 for 3 on the day. Bases are loaded. Here's the roll. Send it air to deep left field. Playable by Howard, who puts his way to take care of Olson. Attempting to tag up. And the throw is cut off, and he scores easily. But that will be the first out of the inning as 2 runs have come across. Now it's 14-8. Yankees. There's a lot of runs being scored in this game. That brings up Roy Sievers, 0 for 2. Yost on second, Tettelbach on first. And here is the pitch. And it's another base on balls. And the bases are loaded once again. And Jim Lemon coming to the plate. Morgan shaking his head in disgust. Bases are loaded, 1 down. And here we roll for the swing. High chopper to short. Lump kicks it. That'll be an error, and Lemon is safe at first. Here comes Yost. Tettelbach moves to third. Sievers takes second, and that's the 4th error on the Yankees in this game. And they still lead 14-9. Morgan kicking the dirt, looking at disgust at Lump at short. As now Snyder steps to the plate. Morgan toeing the rubber with the pitch, and he delivers. Snyder There's a liner to left field coming up to get it is Howard, but he'll have to play it on the hop. And it's a single for Snyder. A clear stop sign from the coaching box, and the runners will hold, but not after two more runs come across, and it's suddenly now 14-10 as Tettelbach scores. Sievers heads to first. Lemon moves to second base. And Sievers heads to third, excuse me. So bases again loaded. 2 outs. I think I'm going to bring my fielders in. And that might be a mistake, but we'll find out here. Runnels steps up. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. And he brings something stinky in, and he waves at it. Strikes out at a fastball. He brought the heat. The Parmesan pellet. The Brie bullet. The Rockford rocket. And sits him down for out number 2, and that'll bring up Fitzgerald. Two on, 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Base is still loaded. And here is the pitch. Morgan turns, sets, delivers. Slapped up to second base. Martin goes with it over to first. And that'll be the out. So, man, that was quite the inning, top and bottom. 4 runs, 2 hits, and 3 runners left on. And we go to the 7th with our score. New York 14, Washington 10. And up for the Yankees, Bauer, Lump, and Mantle to face Connie Grove, who has now been sub-4 with Ramos. Pedro Ramos, 5.27 ERA with a 12-10 record, the 1.67 whip. And he steps in as Bauer comes to the plate. Here is the pitch. Ramos cranks, deals, and that one's slapped in the right field for a base hit. Coming up to get it is Lemon, but that'll be a single for Bauer, and that'll bring up Lump. Lump on the day, 2 for 4 with a home run and an RBI, and 2 runs scored. So he steps in as Bauer takes a slight lead off of first. Here is the pitch from Ramos. Fly ball to left. Lots of room out there for Tettelbach as he makes the play easily. Can of corn. And that'll bring up the Mickey Mantle. 1 for 2 on the day. Bauer takes the lead off first. Here's the pitch to Mantle. The Mick gets one to hit. There's a drive to the power alley and left. Going back is Tettelbach. He reaches up, can't get it, and gets to the wall for a double. And we will not attempt to run on a 10% chance. And that's going to leave Bauer at third. So with 1 out, we have runners on second and third here in the 7th, top of the 7th, as Ramos is in trouble. And that brings up Yogi Berra. 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI. As Berra steps in, Ramos goes into his windup. Here is the pitch. Grounded to Runnels at second. He has the easy play, tossing it to Sievers for the out. Here comes Bauer. Mantle goes to third. So another run comes across, and it's now 15-10 Yankees. And Mantle at third. Runner on third, 2 outs. Bill Moose Scourin to the plate. Here is the pitch. And Scourin gets the offering from Ramos. And it's hitting the air to left field. Tettelbach cannot get to it. He's got a long way to go, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. So it's a single for Scourin. And scoring from third is Mantle. And play stops for a moment as Martin goes back to the dugout to get a new bat. Now he returns and steps into the box. 2 down here at the top of the 7th. Scourin takes his lead from first. As Martin steps in, Ramos goes into his windup. And here is the pitch from Ramos. Swing and a miss, and that will take care of Martin as we go to the bottom of the seventh, 16-10, Yankees. And Morgan looking all red out there, so we're going to pull him. No, we're going to keep him in since I got the pitcher batting. Ramos is coming up next. Nobody out here in the bottom of the seventh. Check that. They're going to the bench. And Plews is coming up to pinch hit. That is Herb Plews, who batted .270 with 256 at-bats in 91 games. And we'll go ahead and pitch to him. See if Morgan can get something done. He's not in the best of shape out there. But he gets a good roll for the swing. Banged in the air to center field, drifting over his mantle, and he makes the catch for the out on the F8 put out. Out number 1. That'll bring up Ed Yost back up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the day. 1 down here in the 7th. Bottom of the 7th. And here is the pitch from Morgan. It's a little roller to the left side. Carey will make the play. Guns it over to Skowron for the 5-3 put out. And out number 2. And now that'll bring up Dick Tettelbach. Tettelbach goes back to the dugout. For him, a new bat. And he steps into the box. And here is the pitch. And Morgan will walk him. It'll be another one of those 2-out rallies from the Senators. We will see as Tettelbach takes outside for ball 4. And that'll bring up Olson. Can we get out of the inning with Morgan? 0 for 3 on the day is Olson. Tettelbach taking the lead at first. And it'll be another walk. Man, there's been so many walks in this game. So runners on first and second. I'm going to try one more batter. And if you can't get him out, out comes Morgan. Here is the pitch to Severs, who's 0 for 2 on the day. And he hits him. Oh, boy. He plops him in the shoulder. And he loads the bases, and that's going to be it for Morgan. Yeah. Let's bring in Don Larson. Oh, man. The pitching in this game has been less than stellar. Oh, I brought in a pitcher who's already tired. That's a bad choice on my part. I wasn't paying attention to where he was at fatigue-wise. So he's not going to come in. Looks like it's going to have to be Constanti. That was a mistake on my part. There we go. Constanti comes in with a 4.9 ERA. And to face Jim Lemon with the bases loaded. There are 2 outs. So here's the pitch to Lemon. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And it's a roll of 4.65. That should get him bearing any error. Slow roller to shortstop. Fires to Scourin. As Lump makes the play on the 6-3 put out to get out of the inning, but not the best of innings as we go to the 8th. Top of the 8th. 16-10. Due up for the Yankees, Howard, Carey, and Constanti. Howard steps to the plate as we now have Griggs on the mound. That is Hal Griggs. Seen a lot of pitchers in this game. Here is the pitch from Griggs. As he faces Howard, Griggs turns, sets, delivers, slow roller to second base. Up with it is Runnels. Over to Severs for the 6-3 putout. The 4-3 putout, excuse me. And that brings up Carey. Carey not having a stellar day. He's 0 for 4. One down. Here's the pitch. And he gets off the snide as he hits a line drive into right field for a base hit. Carries on with a single, and that brings up the pitcher Constanti. And we will try to bunt. Corner infielders in. He squares the bunt. He gets it down. Yost charges, comes up with quickly, glances over and thinks about second, but pegs it to Severs at first. So Carey hustles to second. So a successful bunt by Constanti puts Carey in scoring position, but there are 2 outs as Hank Bauer steps to the plate. And Griggs on the mound sets and fires. Swung on, grounded to first. Severs is there to take it to the bag. So no runs on 1 hit and 1 man left on base for the Yankees. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. New York 16, Washington 10. Constanti on the mound as Snyder steps up to the plate. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Here is the pitch. Liner to center, but Mantle's right there to pull it in on the F8 put out. Out number 1. That brings up Pete Runnels. He's entered the game batting .500 with a home run and 3 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Runnels. He does not strike out often. Only an 8% chance, but he hits it into left field, and cruising over to get it is Elston Howard, and makes the catch for out number 2. That brings up Fitzgerald, who's 1 for 3 on the day. And here is the pitch. Fitzgerald gets an offering from Constanti. It's over the plate, and it's drilled in the gap to right center. Mantle coming over, but he won't make a play, and he'll play it off the wall, and that's going to be a double for Fitzgerald, as it's a 2-out double, and we have a runner in scoring position for the pitcher, Griggs, but I have an idea he's not going to be hitting. They're going to the bench, and they're going to bring in Tom Wright, who has absolutely nothing on his card. He's only had 1 at-bat, so I have no idea what he's going to do. So here's the pitch. Look at 60. He's not an easy out. And he won't be, as he's going to single. Line hard to first base, just out of Scourin's reach, into right field. Picked up by Bauer, a single for Wright. And they're not going to gamble. They're going to leave Fitzgerald on third. So now we have runners on first and third. Bring the infield in. Now let's keep it normal. With 2 outs. I was thinking I only had 1. And Ed Yost up to the plate. Constanti into his windup. And the pitch. As he brings the delivery to Yost. Yost steps out. Pitch on the way. Grounder past Constanti. Lump makes the play over to first for the out. So no runs on 2 hits and 2 runners left on base. And that's 8 in the books. And we go to the top of the 9th. Yankees 16. Senators 10. And up to the plate is Lump, who is 2 for 5 on the day with a home run and an RBI. Here's the pitch. And Stewart in the pitch walks him. That is Bunky Stewart. So he walks Lump to start off, and Mantle comes up. Mantle entered the game batting .222, but on the day he is 2 for 3 with 2 walks, 2 doubles, and 4 runs. So Mantle gets the pitch, and he swings. He gets one to swing at. There's a liner to center field coming up to get a beat on is Olson. He makes a fine running catch and holds Lump on first. And that's going to bring up Yogi Berra, who is 2 for 4 on the day with 2 RBIs. In the top of the 9th, 1 down, runner on first. Here's the pitch to Berra. Hard line drive to center field, snared by Olson, and Berra kicks the dirt because he knew he hit one well but could not get on. And that's going to bring up Bill Skowron. Moose Skowron is 2 for 3 on the day with 2 walks, a triple, 4 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. Great game for Skowron as the pitch comes to Skowron. Swung on, line to first, right there to handle it. It is Sievers, makes the catch for the out. So no runs, no hits, and 1 man left on base as we go to the bottom of the 9th. The Yankees 16, Washington 10, and Jim Constanti is going to come out of there. I keep hitting that when I'm supposed to hit this. I really don't know who to bring in this spot. I've almost used up my right-handers. I'll bring in Sturdivant. All right, Tettelbach to the mound. Sturdivant on the mound with a 3.30 ERA. And here is the pitch to Tettelbach. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th. Here is the pitch. And it looks like Sturdivant comes in and gets nasty. Hits a sharp breaking ball called strike 3. And Tettelbach goes back to the dugout disgusted with that pitch. It was filthy. As Olson comes to the plate, Sturdivant grinning after that pitch goes eyeballs Olson, goes into his windup, and here is the pitch. And Olson not impressed as the pitch comes across. Olson hits it hard on the ground into center field for a base hit. Mantle gets it in. And that's a single for Carl Olson. That brings up Roy Sievers. Sievers coming up next, 0 for 2 on the day. Olson edging off the bag at first. Here is the roll for the swing. And Sturdivant again gets nasty with it. Strike 3 called. He strikes him out. And as the Chalkboard says, sayonara. Go have a seat. And that brings up Jim Lemon. 2 outs, 1 on. And this could be the game for the Senators. Here is the pitch to Lemon. Olsen on first. Rolling for the swing. And Sturdivant comes in, and he gets filthy. He strikes out the last batter on a curveball, and that's our ball game final score. 16-10 Yankees. Much different than the other 2 games. This one was a wild one. We'll take a look at the box score. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, you can. All right, fantastic. I just want to take a look at the pitching. 14 hits by the Yankees, 9 by the Senators, 4 errors by the Yankees. That's amazing. But the pitching was ugly. McDermott. Look at that base on balls. Am I reading that correctly? There were 12 walks issued by the Yankees. 12 in 9 innings. And it wasn't much better for the Senators. They walked 9. This was an ugly game from a pitcher's standpoint. But that will be our game from here. And in our 3 games, using these systems, the first game, Action PC, was a 6-5 Senators win. The second game with PC Replay was a 9-7. No, the first game was a 9-7 Senators win using Action Replay. The second one, I can't remember. There were a 9-7 and a 6-5 win. But it was both being games played with PC Replay and Action PC. Digital Diamond, much different game, a 16-10 game. Pitching was just atrocious, and it was a wild game. But I hope you enjoy it. I know I did. So that's the first series of game and the first week of play, and this should be an interesting replay. I hope you have a good day. Thanks. God bless. Soli Deo Glory.